Hey, Jennifer, what's going on? Hey, there we go. I can hear you now.
Okay,
All right, I can hear you. I just can't see you.
perfect. 1 second. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm trying to look for the.
There we go. She figured it out. We're in there. How we doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you calling me from today?
Just for my phone.
No,
I didn't.
what state are you in?
Oh, I'm from Vegas.
Oh, very cool. Okay. I'm out in the Midwest. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, what
Yeah,
time is it? What time zone is it over there?
CST. So it's 4 p.m. Where I'm at right now.
So it's only 2 hour difference.
Yeah, not much, right?
Nah.
Cool. So tell me a little about yourself. Like, why are we on this phone call today? Like, what are we looking to do on the online space?
Well, I was looking into becoming a personal trainer. I'm about to graduate in like 2 weeks, so I want to like get started with that.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Very cool. So why online? What do you feel like online is going to do for you?
I think it'll be able to expand, like I'll be able to expand more compared to like in person. I feel like I want to do both though, but just have other sources of way to communicate with other people.
Yeah, so hybrid style. So you'd be doing a little bit in person and you'd be able to create an online presence as well.
Yes, correct.
Very cool. All right, cool. So right now you're saying you're about 2 weeks away from graduation. That's exciting.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool. So what's the game plan after graduation? Are we just going to be training full time? Are we looking to start scaling an online fitness business? Or are you going to college? What's that look like?
So I'm gonna do real estate school. So I know real estate school won't take up as much time. And I know right now I do have a really busy schedule. So I want to keep it that way. So that's why I want to like incorporate like online and then in person, like I had mentioned.
Yeah, cool. Have you looked at any certifications yet at all?
I have not, I'm not too familiar with which ones are like the ones you guys recommend or which ones I should go for. I know my brother personally has one, but I haven't had time to ask him where he got his certification.
Cool. So we actually offer an online certification with us. It's part of the program, so it's
Okay.
additional, no additional cost. But if you're looking for something like in person, you could go like ISSA is going to be a quicker solution, and they're valued through us, as well as like NASM or ACE would be like solid ones as well. Now
Okay.
ISSA won't be as detailed as NASM. If you go through NASM, you're going to feel like you're a doctor by the end of that thing. So it kind of just depends on how intricate you want to get into it. But ISSA, you could probably have it done like a month, maybe less. So that would be a
Oh,
pretty good one just to get your feet wet. But
yeah.
obviously, when you start training in person, I was an in-person trainer for over 15 years. The problem with that you're going to run into, it's great for establishing relationships, but you're working a ton of hours to build up your book of clientele. So you're doing it really smart by also starting an online presence, because we can show you how to market for people to come to you to the gym, as well as bringing more people just online to impact as well. Cool. What else do we do? So you go to school. Is there anything else that you do? Are you working part-time? What
I'm
else do
working
we,
part-time right now.
what do you do?
I work at a Michael Kors, so I work retail.
Oh, she's fancy. You got the purse game on lock. All
Yeah, but
right.
I'm hoping to look for something else just because like I want to actual part. It's like it's part-time, but since it's retail, you don't like hours vary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool. All right. So what do we feel like online coaching, outside of impacting more people and generating different forms of income? Are we looking for like financial freedom with this? Are we looking for more flexibility? What are we looking for specifically with online coaching?
I mean, like I think I don't know, like both.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
are we
that
able
works.
to both? Yeah.
Cool. How long have you been thinking about going online?
Well, I personally have an online coach. I do powerlifting.
Okay.
So my coach is she's from California. So I feel like in a way it's like better, you know what I mean? I personally learned better on my own, just getting taught what I should do, or like like the basics of like my form, making sure everything's good, you know what I mean?
Right.
But personally, I don't like having other people right next to me while I'm training,
Yeah, for
just
sure.
because I like to be in my little zone, you know?
Yeah,
But
100%. That makes, yeah. So as
yeah,
far as goal wise for like our income, what are we currently bringing in with Michael Kors? We're bringing in like a month.
in a month, I'm making about, well, it's because my checks vary a lot. They go from like 300 every 2 weeks, or 600. It all just depends. So around like 1,000
Okay.
per month.
Cool. Got it. That helps me out a lot. Cool. So as far as industry averages for online training, on the very low end, it'd be like 250 per month. On the upper end, up to 500. Okay. So let's just say that you were charging, I don't know, roughly around 300 bucks. Okay. If you had 10 clients, there goes 3K right there. So we're already making a significant amount more than what we currently were. Right.
Yeah.
And it just keeps on going up from there. So like literally getting you to like an 8 to 10K month on a consistent basis wouldn't take very long. Probably take us anywhere between 4 to 6 months, depending the amount of time that we're able to put into this thing, right?
Correct.
So if we can dictate anywhere between, I'd say, 10 to 20 hours per week, we're in a really solid space. Do you feel like
Yeah.
that's doable for you?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Because I feel like right now, like the only reason why I don't have time is because of school.
Yep.
It's like a big thing that takes up my time. But other than that, like I said, I want a busy schedule, since I'm already based on a busy schedule. Because most of my days start from like 6 to like 12, 1. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Totally get that. Cool. Now that you know the industry averages, what would you like to see yourself making best case scenario?
Best case scenario, like in months, or what do you mean? Like,
Yeah. What's our overall goal? What do we want to make? How big do we want to make this thing?
I mean, as big as we can. I'm not too sure. I mean, like you said, the average is around like 8 grand, right?
So,
Or
yep, the students that go through our program, by the end of 4 months, are averaging anywhere between 6,500 to 8K. That's just the average student. So the ones that are doing above average work are crushing it, getting 10K months plus. So really dependent upon how much of our priority you make this will really dictate, like make it easier. The amount of effort that you put in, you'll get the same, compensation.
yeah,
Cool. Makes
correct.
sense. So where would you like to see yourself making?
Around 9 to 10, then yeah, like
Cool. Let's make it happen. Now, is this something, it sounds like your coach probably inspired you. You kind of like the idea. It's been beneficial
yeah.
for you. Was that like your kind of like your aha moment where you're like, shit, I think I could do this too. Like, I like how this is set up.
Yeah, I do. And I mean, like, I look at it now because I got into the fitness industry like a year and a half ago. So when I would see like when I first got into powerlifting was like a year ago. So when I signed up with my coach a year ago, she showed me like all the other ways of her other clients. You know what I mean? So I saw forms of her and her clients too.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I like the idea a lot.
Yeah, 100%. What do you feel like is the biggest challenge to get this thing up and running for you?
My biggest challenge. Well, my first biggest challenge was what was it? So it was like trying to build my clientele.
Yep.
So that's where I'm still like, I feel like my biggest challenge is gonna be building my clientele.
Cool. So we're going to go over a ton of different strategies to show how we can like attract the type of people. So utilizing our social media to like get people excited or enticed to want to see what you're about. And then also
Mhm.
utilizing the people that already like you, follow you, trust you, love you. How can we get them to hop on board as well? So there's very
Perfect.
specific strategies and resources, and we'll show you how to nurture and build those relationships so it can happen a lot faster. Our
Okay.
goal for individuals is to get you your first couple of clients within that first 2 to 2.5 weeks. Right now, 73% of our students get their first client in month 1. On average, it's taking them just 1 week to do so. Okay.
Okay.
So the individuals that get their first client in month 1, by the end of month 4 are averaging 8K. So think
Okay.
about that. You could be having a life-changing situation where you can be balling out of control, still slinging Michael Kors purses if you wanted to. All right, so building clientele. What about like our back-end administration systems? Like, do you need help with like systems and processes as well?
What do you mean, like?
Like how we collect payments, how we get our business legal,
Yeah.
getting your LLC. Okay. If you see me looking down, I'm old school. I take everything on a note, pen and a pad.
Yeah, no, I can tell you're writing something down. I was like, it looks like it.
Yeah, I don't do the iPad stuff. That's past me. I'm old. Cool. Now, what have you tried? Is this kind of like the first few steps? Like you just kind of booking these calls, figuring out what's going on. Is the first couple steps that you've actually taken toward this?
Yes.
Cool. Now, what do you feel like you need from a business coach or a mentor to feel successful?
Probably, I think it's, I don't know, like, okay, maybe just motivation. I'm not too sure. Like,
So maybe some accountability, make sure that we're holding you to it. Maybe
yeah,
a customized game plan. So it sounds like you're an individual that execute if there's a plan laid out for you. All you have to do is follow it. So
yeah,
I'm assuming the same thing would be with your business as well. If we came up with something that says, hey, do X, Y, and Z, you'd be able to knock this thing out, right?
yeah.
Cool. I like it. All right. So quick question. So let's just say maybe you don't move forward with becoming an online coach. What would your next steps be?
Well, my next steps would be either doing it like, I guess, in person,
Okay.
starting off as in person, and then since I do want to do like, I want to do fitness, I also want to do real estate. I know real estate school, I've looked into it too, and it's only around like an hour per day or something like that. So it's not much of my time, I guess, just for my courses because it's 6 months. So
Cool. I think what we could do is actually implement your fitness with your real estate. So we're marketing for two things
oh,
all in one. You see what I'm saying? So like
yeah,
we would have you being able to reach out to individuals based upon like your niche, like who you want to serve, as in like what problems you solve for individuals. But then you can also market, like if you're going to be in real estate too, as we get further along in our coursework and you're knocking in now, you get your real estate license. Now we can start marketing that so people will want to contact you for two reasons:
2 reasons. Yeah,
help find a house and also to get fit, right? And then you
yeah,
can also market to real estate agents, right? Think about how difficult a real estate agent's job is. They're constantly on the go. They're
yeah,
busy, so they don't have a ton of time. So this is where you could really market to real estate agents, and they usually are a higher ticket because they make really good money off of the
yeah,
commissions off the houses they sell, right? Especially in that Vegas and California area.
yeah,
So we're really going to show you how to build a business, whether it's ideally fitness related, but it's going to show you really how to market and scale and structure a business, whether it's fitness or real estate. We're going to show you again how to market people to attract them to want to like seek you out. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
Cool. So let me ask you this. Let's just pretend that you do move forward as becoming an online fitness coach. You're hitting your goals at 18 years old, hitting 8 to 10K a month. What would life look like for you after 6 to 12 months?
Not too sure. I feel like it's like so big. I know it's a lot harder. Some people, you know what I mean, they go fresh out of high school and they either don't just do part, you know what I mean? So it's like something big to actually like look at, you know?
Yeah, for sure. What would you do with that extra source of income?
Well, I do have, I mean, I want to save just because I do want to buy like my first house around my 20s. That's like my goals.
Okay.
My goal is to buy one either at 20 or before my 20s. So I know a lot of savings, you know what I mean? I don't want to go straight into just spending it.
Yeah. So
So,
investments, preparing for housing. I like it.
yes.
Cool. All right. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a
Okay.
brief presentation on like the overview, and then we'll actually deep dive into our actual modules. Are you cool with that?
Yes.
All right. Let me know when you can see my screen and we'll have a little bit of fun.
Perfect.
All right. Here we go.
Perfect.
Cool.
I get
So
to see
as
it.
you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a quality rating of an A out of a possible A plus. So when people are trying to figure out who's legit in this space, this solidifies it. So I want you to think of the Better Business Bureau as a report card for legitimate businesses. So from an A to an F, all right? And we're also approved by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. Now on the success ladder, we have 2 tiers. We have 10K Accelerator, we got Mastery Level Coach. 10K Accelerator is great for an individual such as yourself who has a passion for health and fitness, but they need to get certified. They're looking to grow an online fitness platform, and the information that this course can get us from 0 up to 10K a month in as little as 4 months if so desired. Okay. Now, mastery levels for individuals who have already been hitting that 10K a month on a regular basis, and their goal is to scale to 7 figures. So they kind of want to remove themselves from the coaching aspect eventually and become more of a CEO of their own business, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So our program is broken down into really 4 phases. The first thing we want to get you to do is we want to get you your first couple of clients right out the gate. We can't consider ourselves a business until we actually have paying clients. Once that happens, then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We'll also help you to create, generate leads organically and develop sales and retention strategies to reach and sustain 10K a month. As far as the support goes, you're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach the entire 4 months. This would be an individual who's completed both 10K and mastery level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own based off the information in our course. You'd have a customized game planning call with them to really review where you want to get to and the most efficient way to get there. Every 2 weeks, you'll have one-on-one coaching calls. So this will be an excellent opportunity to revisit the game plan, making the necessary changes, receive feedback, and then get instructions on what you need to execute for the next 2 weeks. Outside of that, once we're averaging about 2 sales calls per week on Zoom, when we complete our sales modules, we're going to introduce you to a sales coach, which is a game changer. This is how we're going to start really maximizing the amount of people that come in and we're able to close them down. Our goal is to get you at a close rate of 40% or greater. Outside of that, 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. So this will go over client objection handling, client delivery, mindset issues, specific clients, you name it, we deep dive into it. Okay. Outside of those calls, you'll have 24/5 tech support. So Monday through Friday, you can text your coaches as much as you like. We do give them the weekends off so they can regroup and make sure they're providing you the best service possible. Now, becoming entrepreneur is dope. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's also overwhelming at times. So we've created what we call the Zenpreneur method. So we help with mindset issues. We do mindset weekly calls, breath work, and meditation sessions to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward with your business.
Okay, perfect.
As far as the resources, you're going to get the business coach curriculum. You'll have the Zenpreneur method we got done discussing, and we'll even give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes to your program based upon the amount of revenue we're bringing in. We'll also offer an optional certification. Again, is at no additional charge. Okay. Now, this is the 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. We're essentially going to let people know who we are, what we're doing, and then we're going to utilize a couple strategies to get your first couple of clients right in that first 2 to 2.5 weeks. Phase 2, organization design. Once we have our clients, we're then going to set up your back-end administration systems, make sure you're actually a legal up and working company. We're going to also figure out what problems we solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll then create our offer and pricing structure around that. These first 2 phases will be done like about a month to month and a half. Okay. Phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to teach you NLCA's organic marketing strategy, which involves the use of AI software. We'll also teach you how to generate leads with NLCA's community lead. And then we'll also teach you basic sales funnels to create closes on an easier deal. Now, phase 4 is going to be like the fine tuning of things. We're going to give you the best skill you can ever have, which is learning how to sell. From there, we're going to help you create clear and consistent delivery systems, as well as an emphasis on customer support and retention, so we can keep people for longer periods of time and advance them to higher levels of our program. Okay. Any questions on that?
No, not right now.
Cool. So the program itself is going to be 30 total modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. Okay. So that first thing is, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, no. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, cool. So our first step to becoming a full-time fitness coach, as mentioned, we're going to give you a couple of strategies to get your first couple of clients. Okay. And then a lot of the resources we give to you, they're already completely done for you. So there's nothing you have to do all besides plug and play with your name and company's name. 10K Accelerator Directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest efficiency. The 10K roadmap is awesome. It's going to take you in a 2-part phase. What do we need to get from 0 to 5K? And then what do we need to do to get from 5 to 10K? So very specific videos. There's zero guesswork there. And then we move into the mindset and lifestyle module. So we want to make sure that imposter syndrome, fear of failure, those are all natural, normal feelings. How can we move past that? How can we really establish ourselves as the boss we were meant to be? And we also help you with daily routines to ensure that our routines are set up based upon the lifestyle that we want to live. So if it's someone where, if you're like a workaholic, like you said you want to be, we'll develop something that maximizes the most time. If you're someone that's more into like just traveling or leisure, we'll set something up based upon, providing that balance for you.
Okay.
We've also identified the top 10 struggles that fitness entrepreneurs face, but we've provided solutions to that. The administration systems will be all your back end stuff. So Waiver, Stripe to collect payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly to book calls. We even have applications you can utilize to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition. And then we also introduced you to ChatGPT. Have you heard of this?
I haven't.
So it's a revolutionary software that allows you to be more efficient with your time. It's kind of like Google on steroids. So it helps you create content a lot faster. It's great for writing SOPs. It's really good for like resources as well. It just maximizes your time better.
Perfect.
We're going to do the same thing for financial systems. We're going to actually help set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, business liability insurance. We'll take care of all that for you. And then if you are wanting to set up your LLC, we are also partnered with an AI brand called Taylor Brands. Normally, if you didn't do this through AI software, it would take you about 2 to 3 weeks to get done. This takes us 2 to 3 hours. It's already done. It's already legal. Everything's legalized, things of that nature. From there, we're going to move into target setting. We're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. Then we move into identifying your ideal challenge. What problem does your program solve for individuals? Once we do that, we can figure out our pricing around that. So it's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. That ticket offer is based upon your length of term. So we help the structure of your pricing.
Okay. And
from
for
there,
the
go ahead.
For the online coaching, like, are we able to do contracts, or how does that work?
Yep. So, yep. In that first one on the backend administration systems, we actually show you how to set up contracts. We already have one laid out for you. So all you have to do is utilize your thing. Yep.
Perfect.
Then we move into organic marketing. So how can we maximize all 3 platforms? But more importantly, we introduce you to AI software that allows you to do 1 hour worth of work and get 14 pieces of content already created for you. So again, maximizing your time. From there, we're going to teach you everything how to create podcasts and YouTube. So to expand your reach and let people know who you are and what you're about. We'll also show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So it's more than just random posting. There's very specific strategies behind here. So all things Instagram, we'll give you all things marketing for Facebook. And we'll even show you how to market and take advantage of all things TikTok related as well. Okay. From there, have you ever heard of Canva?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we have a module that shows you how to utilize Canva, the basic version, and the Pro, as well as Microsoft Designer. So essentially what this is for is to professionalize the look of your content. We want your page to kind of like a storefront. So think if someone's out shopping, they walk by Michael Kors, right? There's got to be something in that window that attracts them to want to come in.
Yeah.
We want that same thing for your websites as well. So we want to attract people that want to come and see what you're about.
Yeah.
From there, we're going to move into the 10K lead generation framework. We believe there's 3 different ways to do this. The first of which is what we call earned media. This is bringing people specifically to you, getting people attracted. So we're going to give you resources and strategies to get more people to want to come to you. We utilize cross-pollination, which is like you partnering with another person on Instagram or Facebook, where their viewers get to see you, your viewers get to see them. So we expand our reach. We also have free resource strategies where we're providing free, valuable information for people based upon them dropping their email or their information. We also have scholarship strategies, things of that nature. But our biggest thing that we'd like to do now is implement the WhatsApp group strategy. So the first part of it is setting up a WhatsApp group chat. Like, what's the purpose behind it? Who are we going to market to? Those type of things. The opposite of that is conversation and calls. This is like outbound marketing. You reaching out to individuals first. We'll give you specific scripts. We're gonna give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're gonna show you where to find all these leads on all three platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. Now, we're also going to utilize that WhatsApp as well. So the first part was getting it set up. The second part is how do we nurture these relationships? How do we make it feel more intimate? How can we get our clients that are currently with us to be speaking to those individuals as well? So by the time they get on the sales call, they're a much more warmer lead for us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. From there, we have the referral strategy. This is just friends, families, coworkers talking about how amazing you are. What type of incentives can we provide them to bring us more referrals? So these first 2 pages, it's literally just a one-time setup on a lot of these things. The rest of it, you're just doing exactly what your coach is telling you to do and creating content based upon our game plan. Now, page 3 is like the fine-tuning of things. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you want to be successful, whether that's in real estate or in fitness, you got to be good at sales. So we're going to give you specific strategies to really maximize your sales capabilities. We're also going to teach you how to track those phone calls. Did they show? Did they not? How can we ensure that we have consistent data every single month? And then we're also trying to set up a meet and greet. I want you to think of this as like a screening process. We're trying to figure out if these people, if we really want to work with them and if we can actually solve their problem. So we'll give you real-time examples with our coaches, which will lead us to our closing call. We're trying to lock down that lead. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be massive for you, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford it. And then again, how to lock down that lead once and for all. Now, a lot of times you're going to hear a ton of excuses as to why someone can't sign up with your program. That's where this objection handling web comes in. So we're going to teach you the 20 most common things you're going to hear on a sales call. So if we can knock this out, we're a lot more prepared when that sales call comes.
Yeah.
Client onboarding process. This is probably one of the most overlooked processes. This is the first 30 days in your program. Your first 30 days dictates if someone wants to continue to work with you or not. So we need to make sure this is a really special process. More importantly, we want to make sure that there's clear expectations. We have something tangible they can have in their hands within that first 24 to 48 hours while you're building out their program. Client deliveries, the fun stuff. It's the week-to-week process and how you're delivering services. How can we utilize ChatGPT to do a lot of this work for us so that our time is more efficient? And then also understanding, creating a customized roadmap for each individual based upon their unique needs, skills, and abilities. This is going to happen to you no matter how great of a trainer you are. Someone's going to ghost you. They're going to quit. They're not going to listen. How can we get them to execute at a higher rate? Oftentimes, they want more community involvement. They want more touch points with you. Some of them want just so we give you resources and strategies to bring that to life for them. Cool. How are we feeling so far?
Pretty good. I have a question too. So is there like a certain app you guys use to like that we use for the online coaching or something like that?
You talking about for like loading up your programming, your nutrition?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll use like True Coach or Trainerize. We're actually partnered with True Coach, so your first month would be free. But ideally, when you first start, like to be full transparency, when I went through it, I didn't utilize any apps until I was averaging about 20 to 25 clients, because what's the point of paying for something if there's only like 2 people using it, right?
Yeah.
So it makes it even more special. So by the time you get 25 clients, the ones that have been with you for a lot longer period, you can say, hey, super excited. I'm actually expanding my business. I've now created a customized app for you to like log into so I can track everything for you. It's going to streamline the process and make it much more efficient. So it's kind of building up like anticipation. On the flip side of that, a lot of people really don't care if they're getting Google Sheets or emails. Like my coach, I have a coach, right? Coaches have coaches, right? So my coach is successful, but I still have Google Sheets that he has me log on to. At the end of the day, I don't care as long as I'm getting the results, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. From there, we're going to move into customer support. So the not so fun side of things, cancellations, refund requests. How do we track this? How do we mitigate it for the upcoming months? And then from there, we move into a retention strategy. So we want to keep people for long periods of time, but we want to advance into higher levels of our programming. So we give you strategies for that. We also teach you how to track it. Now, next steps. Okay, so now you're hitting 8 to 10K a month on a regular basis. Where do we want to go from here? Do we want to scale to that next higher level? Do we want to go from like 10 to 20K? If we do, that's where we start entering into mastery level coach. We'll teach you about running ads, who to hire, when to hire them. So start delegating daily tasks to somebody else so you can really focus on other areas of your programming so you can grow. Cool?
Cool.
All right, quick recap and we'll answer any questions you got. So the program itself is going to be 4 months long. You'll have that customized game planning call. You're going to have a one-on-one coach the entire 4 months. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have private sales coaching calls. You'll have the Facebook community and CEO trainings. 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. You'll have the business course curriculum. You'll have 24/5 tech support, and you'll have an optional certification. Anything that you feel like we're missing here?
I don't think so. Everything looks good.
Beautiful. How are we feeling? Do we like it? Do we love it? Do we hate it?
I like it. Yeah, sounds good.
Did you get a chance to check out any testimonials?
I didn't.
Cool, no problem. I'm gonna share you a couple, okay? So this is Charlotte. Charlotte was an in-person trainer, and the reason I'm sharing hers is because I know you have aspirations of being one as well. She was making about 40K a year, working a shit ton of hours. She decided to go online. Within 6 months, she was contracting over 200K. Now she's making 70K a month. So she's what I'd call like a top 10%. She just killed it. Now on the opposite spectrum, you've got Karina. So Karina's making about 2,000 a month. Her goal was she wanted to travel, spend more time with her kids. First tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. So after 6 months, she was hitting 10 to 12K months on a regular basis. She's now hitting 15K a month, and she works 30 to 35 hours a week.
Oh, wow.
Cool. All right, averages. I mentioned this earlier, 73% of our students sign their first client month 1. On average, just taking them 1 week to do so. So this is really cool. Right now, you're about to be done with school, but on average, it takes people just 10.6 weeks to quit their job to go full-time with their online business.
Hey. I'm sorry.
No, you're solid. No worries about that. Other students that stay with us 12 months or longer, they have 97 clients on their roster. The people that have 97 clients on their roster are averaging $366,000 a year. Cool. And then our students are grading their program a 4.5 out of 5 on an average, which is getting massive results for their respectable businesses. Any questions on that?
On that, no.
Cool. Did you get a chance to hear about our 3 times investment guarantee?
No, I didn't really check. The only thing I did was the call. I haven't checked any of the other stuff. Is there somewhere where we're able to look at them or?
Yep. So there's the one thing I want to tell you about is we have a 3 times our investment guarantee. So essentially whatever we put into this, we're guaranteeing you'll 3 times that amount during your enrollment period. So terms and conditions are you'd have to attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard. You'd have to complete 2 one-on-one coaching calls each month, which is again standard. You'd have to complete 1 group call per week. No late payments. Can only spend 2 weeks on the additional certification piece. You have to run a scholarship strategy within the first 90 days. No late payments, 100% of your course material completed. If you do all that, we're guaranteeing you will 3 times your investment. Cool?
Okay. Cool.
So a lot of companies will offer money back guarantees, but they won't offer a specific, you'll make a certain amount of guarantee. So that's pretty a big deal.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, before we go into the investment piece, there's going to be a payment plan. There's going to be a paid in full option. So payment plan just means we put a deposit down, we spread the rest out over 4 months. Paid in full just means we pay that whole thing up front. We save a specific amount of money. Now we do have financing options and extended payment plans. So no matter where you're at financially, if this is something you truly feel like is going to get you to the next level, what you're looking to do, we have something for you. So finance is the easiest thing for me to work around. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. So before we dive in, I kind of want you to give me a reminder as to what you feel like online training is going to give you specifically.
I feel like it's gonna give me more of a like a way to reach out to more people and I guess meet other people and be able to help them out.
Okay.
And yeah.
What is it going to give you as an individual though? Is it going to give you more freedom, more finances?
I feel like it'll give me more freedom and also more finance for sure.
Beautiful. Cool. All right. So what's this thing going to cost us? It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. No, I'm playing. There's a payment plan of $7,000. There's a paid in full option of $6,200 that saves you $800. Out of those two, which do you think would work best for you?
probably the payment plan.
Yeah, that's what 95% of our students do. So how that works is the average student will put down about 2,300. That'll give you a remaining amount of 4,700 left over. You divide that over 4 months. It's equivalent to just over 1,100 per month, which is you needing about 3 to 5 clients, depending what you're charging. Okay. So
Yeah,
do you feel like that's really for you?
I think so.
Cool. So we have that option as well. Now, if you are able to do the paid in full, I can save you a little bit of money. How we do that, we just split it into 2. So how that would work is we'd put down 3,100 a day. I'd give you 60 days to pay out that second half. So that way you save $800, but you have time to build your business before you have to pay out that second half.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on those 2?
I'm still thinking about it. I know I want to do it for sure, but I'm thinking about like the payment plan. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because I do have to like communicate that with my parents to see what they're thinking.
Are your parents going to be the ones going to kind of help you out?
Yeah.
Cool. So we have a couple options I think would be beneficial. So if they're going to help you out, and this is something that maybe if they're present, we can talk about so I can like explain to them a little bit better. But the other thing that we could do is we can actually utilize your parents and we can see what their credit's like, because we do have extended payment plan options that would save you some money as well.
Yeah.
Okay? So do you know what your parents are willing to help invest with? Like, did they give you a specific amount?
They didn't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure. That's why I want to, by when is it like when you have to confirm? Or
there's no specific date, but if it's to the point where if they're available, I can run through some of the information with them so that way they understand exactly what's going on. And we can figure out a plan that's going to work best for them. If it's just going to be like you running it by yourself, we could do fund my contract, which means, I'm sorry, not fund my contract, but sweet pay. And what that would look like is we take that 7,000 and spread it out over 12 months instead of 4. So just to get going would be 5% down, which is $350 plus a one-time service activation fee of $59. So that to get you going would be $409, and then your next payment would be in about 6 weeks, and that would be $597 a month, which is equivalent to you needing about 2 to 3 clients, depending on what you're charging a month. So it gets you in a lot less. So depending on what your parents are saying. Now, obviously, if they're going to help you with a paid in full, it's just going to save you a lot more money initially.
yeah.
So what's your thoughts behind that?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's because I know I have to talk to them about it and how much it is. But if not, we'll probably end up doing the 12 months.
Okay, cool. So why don't we do this? When are you going to be speaking to your parents? Are you talking to them tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Cool. Do you want to set up a call tomorrow?
Tomorrow I work and I have school. I won't be available till Friday.
Cool. What time are you out of school Friday?
I'm off at 1:30, but I don't know what that. I know my mom gets out at 4, and then I don't know what time my dad gets off.
Okay, cool.
So we could probably make a conference call like 1:30 or somewhere around there.
Okay.
And then since I'm gonna speak to them, and then I'll let you know then.
Okay, cool. So you said 1:30. Cool. So let me put that in there. I'm just going to put you in like just right now. You said 1:30 your time, which would be 3:30 my time. So why don't you do this? Why don't you talk to them tonight? The thing that your parents are really going to be interested in hearing about, especially your dad, because men are very logical thinkers. It's got to make sense price wise. One, we're approved through the Better Business Bureau. So that's going to be really important to anyone trying to figure out who's legit and who's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Other thing is we're backed by 3 of the largest certification companies. So that ACE, NASM, and ISSA, those are huge factors right there.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want you to kind of communicate to them is the average student is making anywhere between $6,500 to $8K a month, which is a lot of money if you're just a basic person. Now, you don't come across as a basic individual, so I think you can probably crush this, right?
Yeah.
So the other thing too, it's a 4-month program. So you'll have that one-on-one coaching, like a mentor, the entire time. So it's not you going through it by yourself, and it's not you completing the course and then going back and implementing. You're building your business as you go, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an open book test with the answers highlighted in yellow and then circled again in red for you. So if you can't follow those instructions, I don't know what we're doing.
He's like, no, it's not.
So why don't you talk with them and then shoot me a text. I already have us locked in for 1:30 on Friday.
Okay.
And that way we have a better indication on what we need to do. And if we need to get mom and dad on the call, they have more questions, I'd be more than happy to answer that for them.
Perfect. Yeah, let's
that-
do that then.
Cool. So lock me in your phone. And then if you guys have any other questions, I'll also send you over some resources. I'm going to send you over like how to get started mini course as well. Okay. So that way you have something to like, I want you to go in this like already basically in the mindset of you're going to do this. You're starting as a student.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
What other questions do you have for me?
Right now, none besides the ones I already asked you, but yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So follow up with your parents and then shoot me a text later on. Cool.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you
All right,
so much.
You have a good
You
night.
have a good one.
Bye.
right.